This next fight, we have Sage Northcutt against Michel Quinones. And, it's pretty crazy to see how far Sage Northcutt has fallen, Now he's fighting on random fight nights in Virginia on the prelims. He can't even get on the main card, It really shows, how far he's fallen probably in the eyes of the UFC. I don't think they see him as big of a commodity as they did initially maybe, but this is definitely a fight to try to get him back on track. I watched Quinones a little bit, and, he just really was not impressive to me. He threw a lot of kicks from the outside that he didn't set up. There were a lot of naked leg kicks. And, just kicks that his opponent was able to see coming from a mile away. And he would throw a decent 1-2, a decent body kick. But, I just think that this is a guy also who is a 145-pounder. And Sage obviously fought 170 in his last fight, but this is going to be at 155. So he's also going to have a pretty good size advantage, I imagine. And just, an overall athleticism advantage. And I just think, him training with Team Alpha Male, I think that he might be a little bit better in the, grappling exchanges, especially with the submission defense in terms of chokes. And, Sage definitely has a lot of deficiencies. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say this is like a lock pick or anything, but I do think this is definitely a pick or a fight where the UFC was definitely just trying to get Sage back on track. So this is an opponent that's going to strike with him. I don't think he's going to go for any sort of takedowns or grappling exchanges. And I think if anyone is to go for a takedown, I think it would be Sage, to be honest with you. And I just don't think this guy poses enough of a power threat to drop Sage or hurt Sage. And I think Sage is just going to be able to just almost beat this guy like he beat Enrique Marin or he beat a Cody Pfister. Just have much more athleticism, much more tools, and I think he's actually going to be able to finish Quinones. I think he'll finish Quinones in the second round with a TKO.